One by One was started approximately 5 to 7 years ago. I was sitting in church one day, singing badly, which I normally do, and God took me to my knees. What I heard from God saying to me that day was, help my children. Well, as you can imagine, that's probably the largest command that you could ever get, because there are so many ways you could help children. About 2 weeks later, I was in church, again singing off key, and God came to me again and said, save my children. And a few days later, I read an article about a young baby, a young infant, just born, who was abandoned by his mother. She was under 15 years old, she was scared, and she didn't know what to do. She had hidden her pregnancy from her parents, and when she had the child, she had it in her bathroom, up in the Columbia area of South Carolina. She took the newborn to a landfill, dug a hole, and buried it alive. When I read this story, it took me to my knees, because you see, I have a little girl, and I could not imagine anyone taking a newborn, such a precious little child, and abandoning it. So, in the story, the young child that was buried alive, the mother went home, had complications for her pregnancy, and then went to the doctor, went to the emergency room. In the emergency room, the doctor said, well, where's your baby? And the young lady said, I don't have a baby. And they said, wait a minute, we're doctors, we know better. So finally, after a few minutes, she relented and told them where the baby was. The doctor sent a team to recover the body, and when they got to the landfill, they couldn't find the baby. So they went back to the emergency room and got the young lady and took her with them, and she pointed out where she had buried the baby. As they pulled the gravel away, all of a sudden they heard a cry, and they dug faster. See, what had happened is that the young mother had buried the child in gravel that allowed air to come through, and the child was still alive. They took the child back to the hospital and made sure it was okay, and they named it Daniel. And that, when the legislators in South Carolina passed a law for infant abandonment, they named it Daniel's Law, after the child. So please look at our website, check out the laws for the various states, and help us any way you can. Thank you.